Eyes up, Guardian.
All right, everybody. Hello and welcome back. It is that time of the week again for Zer's location. This week, you guys are going to be heading on over to Nessus. Once you are on Nessus, head on up to Watcher's Grave, load yourself in, and once you're here, jump onto your Sparrow and head straight across the map. Off in the distance, you're going to see a big tree with no leaves on it. Head straight towards that, and once you're at the base of the tree, jump off your Sparrow and head on up to the top of the big branch, and you will find Zer. So this week, as always, Zer has his exotic engram for sale. You can buy it for the 97 legendary shards or one exotic cipher. For the exotic weapon this week, we've got the Crimson Hand Cannon, which is really a go-to weapon depending on what you guys are running for an exotic, or even in PvP. I see quite a few people using this as well. So if you don't have it, make sure you're picking it up, add it to your loot pool. So the main perk on the Crimson Hand Cannon is banned weapon. So this weapon fires a 3-round burst. It also has heavy grip, cruel remedy, which kills with this weapon heal the wielder. Precision kills also refill the magazine. So like I said, depending on what exotic you're pairing this with for your armor, it can be a very decent weapon, even in PvP or PvE. It's also rolling with accurized rounds and small bore. Moving on over to the Hunter exotic for this week, we got the ORPHEUS rig leg armor. And the main perk for the ORPHEUS rig is uncanny arrows, so provides ability energy for each target tethered by deadfall anchors. Mobius Quiver has an additional shot. So this actually is a fairly decent one if you're farming. Probably Last Wish if you're at Shiro Chi for using your deadfall to tether those enemies to level up some of your weapons if you catch my drift anyways. But yeah, it is a fairly decent exotic for your Void subclass. Moving on over to the Titan. This week we're rolling with the Helm of Saint 14. The main perk on this is Starless Night. So targets that enter Ward of Dawn are blinded, which is a good PvP or PvE role, while allies pass through and gain a void over shield. Guarding with Sentinel Shield blinds nearby targets. So throwing up that Sentinel Shield, you are going to... actually, I think Sentinel Shield would be throwing the Sentinel Shield, isn't it? Anyways, I am not a Titan main. My apologies. And moving on over to the Warlock this week, we are rolling with Nezarac's Sin. So the main perk on Nezarac's Sin is Abyssal Extractors. So void damage, kills, increase ability, energy, recharge rate. So this thing's actually fairly decent. So if you're able to get those void kills with a weapon or with your void abilities, you are going to be able to recharge those abilities a whole lot faster, which just means you're able to spam everything a whole lot quicker, which is really good in my opinion, seeing that a lot of people are going for that spamming ability this season. And moving on down to the legendary weapons, we're rolling with the True Prophecy Hand Cannon with Rangefinder Demolitionist, the 7th Seraph Sidearm with Field Prep and Zen Moment, which would probably be one of my picks. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a toss up between, really a bag of bullshit in here this week. So anyways, yeah, Rangefinder Demolition is not too bad for PvE-ish PvE, I would guess. Next one is Extraordinary Renditions, which wouldn't be too bad of a one either if the stats on it weren't completely trash in my opinion. But yes, Zen Moment and Multi-Kill Clip. Sweet Sorrow's auto rifle with perpetual motion and tap the trigger. Judgment of Kalgaroth Glaive with overflow and wellspring. Corsair's Wrath linear fusion rifle with no distractions and kill clip, and the Night Watch scout rifle with outlaw and moving target. I took a look at the armor set this week for the Warlock, and I mean, there's nothing really here that stood out to me. It was, again, all kind of garbage. So moving on over to the DMT, the Dead Man's Tail Scout Rifle. The main perk for the DMT is Cranial Spike, so chaining precision hits grants a bonus target acquisition and range. It's also rolling with fitted stock outlaw, like I mentioned, accurized rounds, as well as corkscrew rifling. I mean, corkscrew rifling isn't bad. Outlaw, I don't know if that's the perk that you really do want on it. Anyways, moving on over to the HAWKMOON. This week we're rolling with Eye of the Storm. And the main perk on the HAWKMOON is Paracausal Shot, so final blows and precision hits with the HAWKMOON grant stacks of Paracausal charge. The final round in the magazine deals bonus damage based on the number of stacks, and then stowing the HAWKMOON on the final round removes this bonus. So make sure you're using up all of those Paracausal shots before you swap weapons or stow this one. And everybody, thank you very much for checking out the video. If you can do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, come check us out. We are live 4 days a week, Wednesday to Saturday. Check us out at youtube.com/@Starset7Gaming. Love to have you guys there. Join the Discord, join the community. Until next week, you guys be safe out there and take care.